Hey guys, welcome back. Unfortunately, this is like the fourth time I am filming this same exact thing, so it's kind of not truly an authentic unboxing, unpackaging, but this is the traveler's notebook in the passport size. This is the red one, this is the Love and Trip edition, and we're gonna set it up and maybe a quick flip through of what has been going on with my traveler's notebook in the passport size for the past 5 months. And let's do this. So first things first, you're gonna see like at the back there is an embossed love and trip thing with the traveler's notebook and that it's made in Thailand. Another thing is that I already cut the annoying bookmark from like this extra string. It really annoys the heck out of me. And this is the insert that it comes with. This is like totally ideal for Chinese New Year or something. But there, I am not really intending on using the insert for this one, and I don't know what I'll use it for just yet. But this is what's inside. I like how this is though. I think you can take this out. Oh, it also has stuff at the back. At least my reaction for like the one at the back is genuine because I didn't know that it had stuff on the back because I just thought of it now like what it would be like taking it out. But yeah, that's the one at the back. Anyway, so I'm not using that. Of course, this comes with the canvas bag that they always do, and it has an extra band as well. Although I think the extra band is maroon, and this one is it the same? Oh, it's the same. Oops, yeah. So what we're gonna do today is that I'm moving my stuff from my Moomin passport to the red one, and ideally go through what or how this is set up for me. So first, I have the leather sleeve that I got this in Nakameguro like years ago, and maybe this has been with me for the past maybe 7 years. What's inside? Although I don't use this as a wallet, but since it's an everyday carry and it's with me, especially at work, I always have extra emergency money, and that's just there. And then I have a few sticker sheets, like the small ones, and it's all that's there. Yeah, so I have an ID, and that's really all inside this leather sleeve because I don't want to stuff my passport too much, and I want it as thin and compact as I can. Now we go to the inserts. This is my monthly and my weekly insert, and I have them both in a plastic cover for passports, like actual passports. Now, what I did was, I don't know if you can see it. I hope I can show it. What I did was that I cut, like, it's not showing. Hang on. So there, I cut, you're gonna see like a cut here. There's a space. Now, what I did was I cut that so now you have, oh, there you go. So I have the little cutout and also at the bottom. So those are where the band goes so it doesn't ruin the insert. So now what I do is my monthly insert is at the front and I just slide it there, slip it inside, and the passport at the back has a pocket thing, and that's where I slide this sleeve or this cover. These are the stickers that I commonly use in my monthly insert, and that's just there. And we're gonna go through it. This is my monthly, and I initially wanted to put like expense tracker here, but I don't know. I just didn't feel like it was working well for me, so I just stopped. And this is how December starts. Now you're gonna see like how I use the stickers here, because you're gonna see like these dots on dates. This is what I use. So I have these circle translucent dots, and those signifies the days that I have to be at the office. And since the traveler's notebook and the passport size have significantly smaller boxes, it's much better than writing it out that I have to be at the office or this is like work day or something. So that this little sticker on the days really help a lot. And then you're gonna see like period stickers, and I just track them with another sticker sheet. And this is just what I use to note like the first day of the period. Other things like, oh, I have like flights, so that is my travel sticker. I have this travel sticker which has those icons as well. And the ones that I've been using most are the plain ones. So if it's facing up, it's me leaving for Haneda. And then if it's facing down, it's me coming back to Manila from Haneda. So what is nice about it is that if you're future planning, which I don't really do much, you're gonna see that in October I have my flight to Calgary. So that's Manila to Calgary. And then you're gonna see the flight back from Calgary to Manila. And then for the very rare instance that I do future plan, I also have this exclamation point. So it's for important reminders. Now you're gonna see that it says to pay taxes, and I usually pay 2026 taxes at the last quarter of 2025 because there are certain discounts if you pay in full and you pay early, so it's not a bad idea. And then I don't know what the dormancy laws are for banks in other countries, but in the Philippines, if there are no movements in your accounts for 2 years, it's automatically going to be called dormant, and getting it active again is a little tedious. So I try to make sure that those certain accounts have movement, or just to avoid the future headaches. And it's really it's really nice to see that this is what it's been like for the past how many months since 2025. And you'd think everything just went by fast, and it's so nice to see that these are the activities that happened already. And this is my weekly insert for 2025. You're gonna see my calendar here. So I just tried this out for fun. So all the green dots are days at the office, all the blue dots are vacations, and the purple dots are birthdays. And this is where the expense tracker comes in. Initially, I thought I wanted to put in all the expenses, but that was kind of not the point in why I wanted an expense tracker, because these are the things that I bought that I didn't have to, but made me happy. So it's an irresponsible happy expense tracker, maybe, or something like that. I just logged down stuff that I bought and how much they were, and anything below 5,000 pesos or below $100, I don't even bother putting anymore. So those are the like that's the only parameter I have for this, and it's not like house expenses. So there. And since this is only good for 6 months, I am gonna end it by June. But that is technically how my expense tracker looks like. We're gonna go through the weeks, and you're gonna see like there's nothing really much going on how I plan on this, because everything is just divided into two columns. So everything on the left column are like plans, or where I have to be, where my dad has to be, where the car has to be. Basically being physically away from my desk or at home. And then everything on the right side are things that I need to do, or things that have already happened and stuff like that. And if it's just written like right out in the middle, it's more just like an activity for the entire day because this was my I was in Tokyo during these days. So though there was a plan, but it was more like a guide or suggestion. But this is what happened, and yeah, those things. So it has been going. I tried like putting stamps and stuff, and to be honest, if I could take this out or delete or erase it, I would because I'm not really fond of having such a big image right there. So which kind of told me I really don't want like much design on this particular planner, which maybe was the reason why I stopped using it for a bit because it just really annoyed me. And then slowly I just got back into how things were supposed to be in this planner, and it's really very helpful for me. And things are gonna get back to normal because I don't know why I stopped using it for some time. Maybe I knew I was going through something in my head. That's why. But eventually it's gonna get filled in the way it's supposed to be, and that's what I've been doing. Again, this is an everyday carry, so as much as I want details, I also need it to be short and concise. That if and when I do need to look back at something, it's gonna be easy for me, and that's it. So future planning, like there, it's like where I have to be physically present. It's gonna be PlannerCon on the 31st, and Anna and I are gonna see you there. But basically, that's it. And it's just a few more pages until the first half of 2025 is done. There, and that's that. So I'm gonna fix this now. I'm gonna put the stickers back inside, and then I'm gonna put this back in this pocket. And I know you kind of see it moves a bit, but I don't mind because it's going to be inside this anyway, and it's going to be more secure. And there you go. The nice part about having this plastic cover is that instead of like taking out the bands, I just slip out the booklet or like the insert and it's done. If I need to write on it without the leather cover, it's easy to write in again. And if I need to put it back, it's just going to be sliding back in. Now, if you're worried that it's going to fall out or something, which really isn't, what I normally do is that for easy access, or like if I need information as quickly as I need it, I just make sure that before I leave the house, I use this Ollie clip. It's a metallic paper clip, and I just well the magnet's pretty strong, so I just make sure that it's on the current month that we're at and it's at the current week that we're at, and I just clip the magnet on and it stays put. So there, you can move it if you want, like it doesn't really matter, but that is how thin and concise my passport traveler's notebook is, and we are good to go. And that's all I really need. I can't wait to see this get all scratched and dinged because obviously I'm not really the type to baby leather. I like seeing leather used, scratched, and appreciated. So I can't wait until this gets that kind of character. And this is what's going to be in my bag for the next foreseeable months. But yeah, so thanks so much, guys, for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.